Job chapter 14, verse 1. Man that is born of a woman is of few days and full of trouble. We have suffered. I mean, we have suffered. A typical Nigeria person will say, we don't suffer. We don't suffer well. Today is one issue, tomorrow is another, next tomorrow another. We just face things anyhow in this country. Today we are battling with GMO, genetically modified organism. The attack is on the food we eat. We have suffered. But the problem is not with the manufacturers, the problem is with us. We live in a nation where, or a generation where people point at others without minding how many of their own fingers point back at them. They put on the nation what their action cost. They see a nation without motion and not a people without passion. They consider their jobless condition and not their workless situation. People hate liabilities, yet they dodge responsibilities. They live in communities but despise the opportunities. They live in communities, but the opportunities in their community, they don't want to look at it. They are full of energy and empty of strategy. They want their tank full, yet they are not thankful. What a horrible generation. They value mineral resources and despise human resources. They carry people about, they carry people along, or they carry them about, but they don't carry them along. They create or celebrate schools. They celebrate schools, but they don't want to be schooled. They build hospitals, but they are not hospitable. They talk of posterity, but lack the integrity of integrity. That's the generation we live in. That's the generation we live in. They turn honor to horror and become heroes of error. What a horrible generation. They dive into a race without a grace. We live in a generation that hates limitations, yet they are full of imitations. They are full of production, but we lack provisions. Just like what we are saying today. How can the white man give us food? We that own the original agriculture, how can the white man import food to Nigeria? Are we not supposed to feed them? Why should we get food from them? What a horrible nation. Horrible generation. The problem is not with the white man. The problem is with us. You that's listening to me and me. We accept things we should reject. We want income in spite of its outcome. We yearn for the anointing, but we despise the anointer. We pursue credentials and ignore potentials. We hate malpractice, but we will not change our practice. We want to be certified when we are not qualified. That's the generation we live in. We blame our leaders, but uphold the ladder. They know they try. Now we they hold the ladder, they climb up every time. But yet they know they try. We want to be lucrative without being creative. We want to impress people even when we oppress them. They conduct elections. At the end of the day, they do selection. They present manifestos, but they lack the manifestation. They love consignment more than the assignment. They detest pain, yet they want excess gain. That's the generation we live in. They take pictures, but never picture the future. When I say they, I mean you and I. A horrible generation. We need to change something. We need to rise up. They give little promotion with so much commotion. They enlarge their capacity without integrity. Their activities increase without creativity. That's a horrible generation. We should be sick and tired of people talking about old adventures and never dare to venture new ones. They hate hooks, yet they don't read books. They despise their mission and pursue admission without a vision. They claim to be experts even when they make no impact. They change handsets and not mindsets. Whereas you don't know that a good mindset is better than the most expensive handset. It is better to use an old handset with a renewed mindset than to use an old mindset with iPhone 14 Pro Max, however you call it. They crave achievement and not accomplishment. They want attention but lack direction. They make things expensive even when they are not effective. They compel people to wait while they waste their wealth. They defend culture and frustrate nature. They sit in governance but never sit up to, they sit in government but never sit up to governance. They study what they should not and become what they did not study. May God have mercy. The greatness of every nation is not in their mineral resources. The greatness of every nation is not in their industrial growth, international trade, import and export and the rest. It is in every living citizen of that country. I want to talk to Nigeria in specific. The greatness of Nigeria is in you. Stop pointing at the government. If you fix your mentality, the society will fix itself. Today, the GMO we are talking about, they will bring it. Still, people in the society, we accept it because they are bribed, they are paid. We talk about NAFDAC and the rest. Now people did there. Now people did there. It's people that grant these things. They come and preach to us how these things are fine. It's a horrible generation, and we will accept it if we don't rise up for ourselves. We are doomed for life. People put the blame of unemployment, blame of everything upon the government, whereas the government is not to be blamed. Yet we cannot justify them because they should create an enabling environment where things will thrive well. Everybody has a role to play, especially in the fight to build a greater nation. If we don't look into these things I just said, the suffer continues. And now you and I go suffer. Let us wake up. Africa, arise. Nigeria, arise. And we'll see the salvation of our children. Man that is born of a woman, remember, is of few days and full of trouble. Never you blame others for what your disorder caused. That's full of trouble, we can remove it. It can be few days and full of pleasure. It's up to you and it's up to me. God bless you. My name is Apostle Frank Omini, bringing you this. Expect more. Please subscribe and follow the page. However this message is brought to you, make sure you follow the page and also subscribe. God bless you. I'll see you again.